All right, we had a roster move today that I'm not really sure was on anyone's 2025 bingo card, but let's talk about it. We're also going to talk about some shade that Ambry Thomas seemingly threw the 49ers way, but let's get into the long snapping news first. So the 49ers, and I'm sure you guys already know this, they have released Taybor Pepper today. So Taybor Pepper had been with the 49ers for 5 years. I honestly can't recall any time Taybor Pepper messed up. He played in 80 games over that 5 year span, including 9 postseason games. Honestly, I can't remember him messing up. However, he still found himself getting released today, and this is who they replaced him with. 39-year-old Jon Weeks. Yes, 39 years old. We were talking about this on stream and it was kind of funny. And I want to do the exercise with you. So drop it in the comments. Where were you in 2010? The reason why I ask you this is because this is when Jon Weeks entered the league with the Houston Texans as an undrafted free agent. 2010. And honestly, I can't really remember exactly. I was one of two places. I was either still playing football in New Mexico or I was at the Academy of Art University and I had moved on from my football career and was becoming a multimedia communications major. So it's like right there in between. So where were you in 2010? Because that's how long this guy's been in the league. Not only been in the league, but been with one team. He has been with the Houston Texans for 15 years. That's pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. He's appeared in 244 games. He's registered 40 special teams tackles, and he was a 2015 Pro Bowl selection and was the 2023 Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the team. And last year, he played in all 17 games. So, again, I'm just curious because when he was in college from 2004 to 2007, that's exactly when I was in high school. I graduated high school in 2007, which I don't know. It makes me feel old. I don't know. We might have some viewers who are older than me, but it's just funny to kind of like put your finger on for you when Jon Weeks entered the league in 2010. So just curious to see what the comments look like, but he will be the new long snapper for the San Francisco 49ers. And from everything that I've heard from the Houston Texans, people, they love this guy. He has a captain's patch. Obviously, to be able to stay in one place, especially in this league for that long, is really impressive. Not only like it's impressive that he's 39 years old still in the league, but the fact that he did it with one place, one stop, I like that. I like that quite a bit. So we'll see how he comes in to, replace Taybor Pepper. But hey, it'll be interesting to see if anything goes wrong with that. I don't know. We also were kind of talking about would it make sense because you have a new special teams coordinator and Brant Boyer to just kind of reset that room. Mitch Wishnowsky dealing with back issues, one of the reasons why he didn't play much last year. Do you just bring in a new punter? And we've seen all the comments. 49er fans want to see a new kicker as well. Do you just bring in a new kicker? Important to note, don't draft a punter or a kicker. That you need those draft picks for other positions. You can find kickers and punters in other places. Let's remember that. No more drafting specialists, please. But it'll be interesting to see how they move forward. Mr. Jon Weeks signed a $1.4 million deal with $200 million guaranteed. I guess from my understanding is it's actually more than what Pepper was making. So it it sounds more like Tabor got fired than just like, oh, we're making a cost cutting move or any kind of. It just sounds like they moved on. We're like we're ready to move off the Tabor train. So interesting to see play out. What I wasn't expecting a lot of things this offseason. Moving on from the long snapper, I think was one of those things I wasn't expecting either. But it is what it is. I talked about this earlier. Ambry Thomas low-key throwing some shade at the San Francisco 49ers. He said, legend says I wasn't the only one asking to get up out of there. So what could he be talking about? We do know that a lot of players have left the 49ers. And by all accounts, it sounds like it was their decision. For example, Dre Greenlaw decided, I think he wanted to move on. Charvarius Ward wanted to move on. We don't really know the inside, with Talanoa Hufanga, if that was the 49ers decision, if it was his, or if it was mutual. We don't know if, guys like Leonard Floyd asked for his release. Like, we don't know those types of things. Malik Collins, Javon Hargrave, did they ask to be released? I don't know. But I did find it interesting that Ambry, of all people, wanted to get out of the 49ers because I don't even know where Ambry Thomas is playing right now. From my understanding, I believe he tried to latch on with the Colts, but he failed his physical. And that ultimately landed him on the Minnesota Vikings. He's still only 25 years old. He's a former third-round draft pick. And it took him quite a while to get into the starting lineup. And when he got into the starting lineup, it was like D'Amico Ryans had to do whatever he could to hide Ambry to make sure he wouldn't get exposed in coverage. Now, Ambry is responsible for a massive play that sent the 49ers to the playoffs. But that was it. That's the only thing he did. And he just really wasn't a good player. He was in the same draft class as Diamador Lenore, and look at Demo. Demo just got paid a huge contract. This guy is like on the practice squad with the Vikings, basically. So I don't know. I talked to Ty Davis Price at the Super Bowl. He mentioned something kind of similar about something over going on with the Niners. Listen, I could understand that if you aren't a player who's getting playing time that you want to get or believe you deserve to get, yeah, you probably feel some type of way. These guys are all humans. But I think it's pretty, like, you didn't have to tweet it. You didn't have to tweet that out. You could have just kept that one in the drafts. He's getting cooked on Twitter. Like, 49er fans are absolutely coming after him because he wasn't a good Niner. Like, he was basically a bust for a third-round draft pick. And so he's getting it. He's getting it for sure. But I'm curious to know what you think about what Ambry Thomas has to say. And let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.